Hey guys, it's Derek from the Olive Oil Co. Today we are baking an apple galette. For this recipe, you will need our Gravenstein apple white balsamic. Also, you'll need some butter-infused olive oil. These two products are just going to add some amazing flavor to this galette. But you might be wondering, if you're not into the baking world, what is a galette? Well, basically, it's a much better version of a pie. My wife and I have discussed this because you get some filling within crust. It's almost like a pie version of pizza. And as we all know, I love pizza, so this is a win-win. I have one question for you. How do you like these apples? Of course, first you're going to need some apples. We're going to peel these and then cut them into just under 1/8 of an inch thick slices. As you're chopping your apples, you want to make sure that your oven is set to 400 degrees. Now that we have all these chopped up, the next thing you want is some maple syrup. And again, for all the ingredients and measurements, please refer to the recipe on our website. Next thing you will need is our Gravenstein apple balsamic. You will also need some cinnamon. You also need some lemon juice. Once that's all in there, you want to mix this up well. For the dry, we're starting with our flour, and I'm just throwing in some salt here. The salt in there, you just want to mix it up a little bit. Now normally at this point you would use some cold butter, but we're doing this dairy-free, so now we're using some refined coconut oil that's solid. Basically I just want to take this and just put little chunks kind of all over in here. Once you have all the bits in here, you want to take a big serving fork, which makes it really nice and easy to mash everything together. Next, you'll need some maple syrup. As well as our butter oil. Have those in there, you want to get to mixing this again. Now at this point you want to throw in your milk. We again are keeping this dairy free, so we're using a plant-based milk. You just want to throw it in a tablespoon at a time. And with every tablespoon you just want to mix it in gradually, so you get a nice dough to form. So while this is still in the bowl, you just want to just kind of roll it around, make sure it forms that nice ball. Alright, so we put a little flour down. We also just sprinkle a little flour on top. Next thing you want to do is grab your trusty rolling pin. Again, you can buy these ones from our store. They're made by Rick Ferris. He's an amazing worker at making these. You just want to, nice and easy. Basically want to make this 12 inches around. So we have this about a foot long in diameter. At this point you want to take a, again, floured rolling pin, gingerly, very gingerly, pull this up from your countertop. You also want to make sure you have a large pan ready with some parchment paper, which is what we're going to lay this on. Ooh. Alright, she's a little off on the parchment paper, but we can fix that. Alright, so this is looking beautiful. We're going to make it look even prettier by adding our apples to the center. All the juices coming out there too. When putting this into the middle, you kind of want to leave about 2 to 2.5 inches of dough around the edge. So I finished getting these out here. So that looks pretty good. The next thing that you want to do is called kind of a fold and pleating. So basically that's taking a section, bringing it up and over, taking the other section, and folding it up. You just want to kind of pinch that together. And you want to keep doing that all the way around. This is what the final pleating process looks like when you're done. It doesn't really matter if it's truly pretty or not, because remember, this is rustic. Rustic is also very pretty. Now that we have this here, we're going to make a little glaze to put on top. So we've made a mixture of honey and our dairy-free milk. If you want to make this completely vegan, you can always use maple syrup, but today we're using honey. So once you have this, you basically want to take your basting brush and baste it all over top. Once this has the glaze on there, you can always throw on some extra cinnamon just to give it some nice color. And now it's ready for the oven. This already looks and smells amazing, but we are going to pop this into our oven, like I said, 400 degrees for 15 minutes. Once those 15 minutes are up, then we are going to take it down to 375 for about half an hour and keep an eye on it. Hey everybody! We're back after 15 minutes. We are going to lock and load and take a look. Oh, the smell of cinnamon just hits you in the face. This is looking pretty good so far. So yeah, we're just gonna pop it back in, turning everything down to 375. We're going to set our timer for about 30 minutes. We're gonna see what it looks like after that. Hopefully it's done. Hello! So our timer went off. As you can see, we're also making supper. We're making some shepherd's pie. If you want the recipe for this, you might see it in a later video. Going to pull this out. Oh, the smell of cinnamon and apples. Ooh, my goodness. A little saucy, but man, look at the golden color on that. This is gorgeous. We're going to take a bite a little later. Let this cool down. This is as rustic as it gets. Honestly, smell-o-vision still needs to be invented. Someone out there needs to do that right away. Let's cut into this and get our bite. I think I'm gonna go about here. Crust has a nice crunch to it. Look at that. That right there is dessert perfection. Now, you could be a little more extra with this if you want to. You can always put a nice couple dollops of vanilla ice cream right on top. Just let it melt right into that galette. You're salivating right now, aren't you? Yeah, I totally am too. I am going to be eating this like pizza. Apple pie in pizza form. It can't get any better than that. I hope you guys enjoyed this Galette video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, that was not slippery enough. Hey, that was too far. I can get it. Our Gravenstein apple white balsamic. Also, you'll also need just a little bit. I said also twice. Also. Butter infused olive oil. This is just